Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
A Reynolds County hike ends in tragedy for an Illinois man and his two young sons. Also, arson and homicide charges could be filed in connection with a Goose Creek house fire. Plus, state and local officials will meet with Windstream to address Piedmont's internet problems. All of these stories are coming up.
More cold air is on the way for southeast Missouri, but we got sunshine on the way too. All the details coming up.
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello everybody, I'm Fred Dawkins. Thanks for joining us. Here are the top stories we're working on for you on 18 Eyewitness News. A hike in Reynolds County has deadly consequences for an Illinois father and his two sons. On Sunday, Reynolds County Sheriff Tom Vollner tells 18 Eyewitness News that the trio started hiking Saturday morning but got caught when the weather changed.
When they set out yesterday at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, it was 60 degrees. So then they got over to Sutton's Bluff. They were seen by a passerby at Sutton's Bluff about 2 o'clock. Of course, it was pouring down rain and everything else here, and it started getting colder.
Vollner says they neglected to pack any rain gear. The first report of the missing hikers came in Saturday night at around 6 o'clock. A search party looked for the group until after midnight. Vollner says they were found on the trail at about 9:30 Sunday morning.
It looks like they missed their cutoff, go down back to the lodge where they were staying. And the reason was because it was, there was no moonlight, nothing, so it was dark, and their flashlight probably played out.
Sheriff Vollner says the father, David Desicro, was pronounced dead at the scene. His 8- and 10-year-old sons were taken to Ellington but could not be revived. He expects the cause of death will be ruled as hypothermia. Well, now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast. Dustin, what's on tap?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. Looking at current conditions throughout southeast Missouri, we're seeing temperatures right now in the 20s. It's chilly out there. 26 in Festus, 26 right now in St. Genevieve and Fredericktown. Piedmont the same, as well as in Van Buren. 27 in Poplar Bluff and Cape Girardeau. 23 degrees at 7 p.m. Clear skies. 21 by 9. Clear skies remain overnight and a temperature of 19 by midnight. It's going to get down to mid-teens for lows tonight. It's going to be a chilly night, but we do have a little bit of a warm-up on the way and sunshine on the way as well. We'll give you all the details coming up later in weather.
A 54-year-old French village man is in custody after a deadly fire Thursday night. The state fire marshal, along with investigators and detectives, responded to a house fire where 68-year-old Kenneth Ray Vaughn of Goose Creek was found dead. Authorities believe the man's death was possibly a homicide. On Friday morning, the 54-year-old was arrested in connection with the incident. He's currently being held in the St. Francis County Jail without bond as a probation and parole absconder. Formal charges are expected. Windstream communication officials will meet with Southeast Missouri legislators and business leaders on Tuesday in Jefferson City. Among those taking part in the meeting will be Representatives Paul Fitzwater and Steve Cookson, Senator Wayne Wallingford, Piedmont Area Chamber of Commerce President Scott Combs, and McAllister Software President Scott McAllister. Fitzwater told 18 Eyewitness News that at last Monday's meeting, McAllister shared how Windstream service was affecting his business.
He let everyone know that they're not real happy with the Windstream's internet service. Their company actually around New Year's shut down for some 45 hours because they didn't have any internet access. This is a company that the people depend on in the Piedmont area, and we need to do whatever we can do to make sure that they're supplied with high-speed internet.
Fitzwater expects to hear how Windstream will resolve the service problems in the area.
Windstream is going to bring their team in there and tell us, what's their intentions on and what can they do to fix the internet problem there in the Piedmont area.
At last Monday's meeting, a number of Windstream customers complained that their high-speed service was slower than dial-up. As we reported on Friday, Farmington residents can expect to vote on an extension of the city's capital improvement sales tax this year. City Administrator Greg Beavers told 18 Eyewitness News that the sales tax could upgrade existing buildings like the soon-to-be 20-year-old police department.
We're going to need to do some remodeling in there, use the basement that's presently unfinished for offices and things, so it's situated to last us another 20-25 years going forward.
In addition, Beaver says they will need to replace some equipment at the Farmington Civic Center,
which is very expensive, and we just can't do it out of normal cash flows. The water park will be 15 years old. It's probably time for us to look at replacing some equipment out there and maybe adding and expanding a little bit and adding some new features.
Beaver says the goal is to have the improvements decided on by June or July so voters will have enough time to make an informed decision. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, Mineral Area College receives a full 7-year reaccreditation. That story coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
For 15 years, Heartland Furniture and Appliance has been the leader in price for restonic bedding. Whirlpool built Crosley appliances, Frigidaire appliances, sofa sets, recliners, accent furniture, and White's metal detectors. Same-day delivery with no waiting. We are fast becoming this area's leader in the home furnishing and appliance business. Need a little cash? Payday loans are available in each store. We'd love to have you come see us at one of our 3 locations on both sides of Main Street in Piedmont, Business 60 in Dexter, and next to Current River Ford in Donovan. Heartland Furniture and Appliance, 223-3200.
Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
How can heat also be cool? When it comes from targeted induction technology, which uses electromagnetic waves to quick heat your pan, boiling up to 40% faster, while the surface around it stays perfectly cool to the touch. It's faster, hotter, and, well, cooler.
Hi, Bob Seabaugh at Seabaugh Furniture and Appliance. Come and see this and other great features and benefits that will amaze you. Now on sale at Seabaugh Furniture and Appliance in downtown Fredericktown.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins and Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
Over the last 2 to 3 months, Mineral Area College has been undergoing a rigorous evaluation by the Higher Learning Commission. At last week's board meeting, MAC President Dr. Stephen Kurtz told trustees that the college has received a full 7-year reaffirmation.
Every 7 to 10 years, each institution of higher education that's regionally accredited has to go through an extensive review, and that's necessary for 2 reasons. 1, to ensure the transferability of our credits, and number 2, to make sure that our students are eligible for federal financial aid.
Dr. Kurtz says the reaffirmation is the reflection of the success of the college's academic improvement program.
It's a total quality improvement process where we take a look at several action projects. We're engaged in those, and that helps move the institution forward in terms of quality.
Dr. Kurtz says one of the positive factors for the college was student involvement. During one of the checkup visits, some 200 students gave feedback regarding Mineral Area College. Wayne County is taking steps to get their gravel operations back up and running. The operations was halted about a month ago following a surprise inspection by the Mine Safety and Health Administration. Presiding Commissioner Brian Polk tells 18 Eyewitness News that Wayne County is working on resolving the issues uncovered by the inspection.
We had some violations from the mining safety, and they closed us down for a little while. We've been meeting with them and getting some extra training done, and hope to be back up and running before too long.
Polk says they have been working with the agency and have not been told if they will be fined for the infractions. In what could be her last major piece of legislation to vote on, 8th District U.S. Representative Joanne Emerson cast a ballot in favor of the fiscal cliff compromise. She told 18 Eyewitness News one reason she did was that the bill locked in lower tax rates.
Primarily because it made permanent for the first time lower taxes for 99.3% of all Americans.
Emerson says the bill also addressed an important issue for family-owned businesses.
We were very, very fortunate, not only for our purposes here in southern Missouri, to get permanency on the estate tax, which is very, very critical to our family farmers and small businesses, at a very much lower rate than I anticipated we could get.
Emerson says the bill also provides permanency on the capital gains tax, which will help seniors who are living on investment income.
More cold air is on the way for southeast Missouri and sunshine as well. I'll give you all the details when we come back. We'll be right back.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
With extended hours, let the UPS store pack and ship your gifts.
Hi, I'm Steve from the UPS store in Farmington, Missouri. Me and my staff would like to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. Let's take a look at weather headlines for southeast Missouri. We're going to see that cold stick around for a while. We will see a little bit of a warm up, but as I said, the cold will stick around for a while. With sunny skies return tomorrow, and we may reach near 50 by the weekend, but it's not going to last long. 26 right now in Festus, 27 in Potosi, St. Genevieve at 26, 26 right now in Piedmont, and 27 right now in Poplar Bluff. Currently, we have clear skies and 24 degrees here at the studio. It feels like 24. 9 is our current dew point. Humidity at 52% with a north-northeast wind at 5 miles per hour. Tuesday is looking sunny throughout southeast Missouri. Another cold day throughout the area. However, it's going to be a little bit warmer than it was on your Monday. 14 degrees for your overnight low here in Farmington. Other area temperatures in the teens to lower 20s, like in Cape Girardeau at 20 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, 17 in Ellington, 18 in Ironton. And then for tomorrow, we're warming up into the 30s, 32 here in Farmington under a mostly sunny sky, 37 in Piedmont and Fredericktown, as well as in Poplar Bluff, 38 in Van Buren and Ellington. Then the next several days show that we're going to see a warm-up continue for southeast Missouri. 41 on Wednesday, sunny skies, mostly sunny at 40 on Thursday, warming up to 44 on Friday with a mostly sunny sky. Mostly sunny skies continue through the weekend, 50 on Saturday, 40 on Sunday. And that's checking your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details are located at KDKZ18.com. Just click on the Weather tab. We'll be right back.
Today's 2-minute tour of Missouri starts in Jefferson City, where thousands of Missourians took part in events marking Governor Jay Nixon's second inauguration. Following Monday morning's parade, Nixon took the oath of office during a ceremony on the Capitol's south steps around noon. The other statewide officials who won in November, Lieutenant Governor Peter Kinder, Treasurer Clint Zeifeld, Attorney General Chris Koster, and Secretary of State-elect Jason Kander were also sworn in as well. One group that the governor may already be on the outs with is school children. On Friday, Nixon said he wanted 6 days added to the state's academic calendar, a move he said would bring Missouri to the national average of 180 days. The governor said the proposed state budget he presents later this month would include funding to support a longer school year. The number of tornadoes in Missouri in 2012 was below average, but the number of people killed by them was not. National Weather Service data says Missouri had 28 tornadoes that killed 6 people and injured 70. Now that's below the average of 32 tornadoes a year ago, going back to 1950, but nearly right on average for casualties. Most of the tornadoes were relatively weak in terms of wind speed. The strongest was a single EF3 tornado in Stoddard County that killed 1 person. Well, cattle rustling has become such a problem in southwest Missouri that livestock producers and law enforcement officers recently held a summit meeting. Authorities say the rustlers are targeting Greene, Lawrence, Dade, Newton, and Jasper counties, where they strike at night, quickly cutting through fences and loading cattle onto trailers. And Missourians have a new option to choose from when getting a tax refund from the state: a debit card. Benefits of the card include no check cashing fees, no bank account, and access to the money 24 hours a day. This is the first year the Department of Revenue has offered the refund debit card. And that's your 2-minute tour of Missouri for today. Coming up in today's Your Life segment on 18 Eyewitness News, a child given almost no chance to live or lead a normal life, but a family stepped in and gave him a chance. We'll hear their story on today's Focus on the Family.
We've all done it. You come home from work and there's nothing to eat. I'm Stacy Johnson. You know what? You put these things in your pantry, you will always have a meal. I'll tell you what they are just ahead on Money Talks News.
Your health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge. We're caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment. With a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy, just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit.
Why would people choose to adopt special needs children? Children who seem to require so much more of the parents. Dr. Bill Meyer explores this question in a special series beginning today.
Baby Zachary came into this world with an unbelievable story.
Zachary suffered a stroke from cocaine in utero, and the center part of his brain never developed. The doctor believed that he would not survive, and if he did survive, that he would have a meaningless life.
In fact, the doctor performed what's commonly referred to as a partial birth abortion, then wrapped him in a blanket and left him to die. He had no respiration, no heart tone. Nobody suctioned him out or gave him oxygen. But 7 days later, he was still fighting for life. That's when social services contacted Jill and Terry.
So we don't know how long it was, how long he didn't have a heartbeat or respiration, nobody knows.
Then the neurosurgeon also told us that because of the damage the doctor had done with the needle, they went straight through the scalp and did a lot of nerve damage.
The center part of his brain is not there, so he should not be able to walk, talk, see, or hear.
Faced with the prospect of raising a severely disabled child, it's understandable that Jill and Terry struggled with doubts.
So when the doctor told us not to expect much, he might be a vegetable, I was terrified. I thought, I don't want to do this. Then one of our other kids spoke out and he says, Mom, it doesn't matter what he's like when he grows up, he's alive. And boy, I tell you, that cut me to the quick.
So they decided to make a permanent commitment to Zachary, demanding the best care and therapy possible, even though so many others had given up on him. Yay! In our next segment, we'll talk to Zachary and find out more about the challenges and the rewards of adopting special needs kids. I'm Dr. Bill Meyer for Focus on the Family.
We'll have part 2 coming up on Wednesday. For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, visit our website, kdkz18.com, and click on the Focus on the Family link. It's something many of us are faced with every day: what to make for dinner. Money expert Stacy Johnson shows us some pantry staples that will mean you'll always have something cooking.
We've all been there. You're just home from work or school, you're digging around in the pantry, and you can't find a thing to eat. But before you give in and order out, why don't you try this? Why don't you keep the right stuff in your pantry? That way you're never more than 15 minutes away from a much cheaper, much better home-cooked meal. First, pasta. It's a great start to so many different meals. It's cheap and it's fast. Next, jarred marinara sauce. It'll go with pasta, meat, can even be used as a soup base. And never underestimate the goodness of onion and garlic. Boy, they can make almost anything taste good. And you know what? You can actually take a clove of this garlic, throw it in a pot, and grow it yourself. Then there's tuna. Eat it alone in a sandwich or a casserole. Tuna is a versatile and affordable pantry protein. And finally, rice. You know what? If you know how to boil water, you can make rice. And there's no reason to get the minute kind. You know what? It costs like twice as much, and it's no better, not much faster than regular rice. Bottom line, home cooking tastes way better and costs way less than eating out. So keep some staples stocked, add a few simple recipes, and you're going to take a bite out of that budget. This is just a short list. For more ideas or to add your own, go to moneytalksnews.com and do a search for food. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
As Stacy said, he's got more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to our website, KDKZ18.com. Click on the Money Talks link under the Lifestyles menu.
And coming up in sports, the Black River League tournament will tip off Tuesday. The puck drops finally on the Scott Trade Center ice on Saturday, and Mizzou is shut down by Ole Miss and their defense. It's all coming up here in sports.
Tips to make you money delivered daily. The totally free Money Talks newsletter. Sign up now and get my money makeover video, a $50 value, as my gift. MoneyTalksNews.com.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane. Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 800-698-3105.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1. This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News.
The Black River League tournament is set to tip off Tuesday at the Clearwater High School. South Iron will face Bunker, Van Buren battles East Carter, Clearwater takes on Ellington, and Winona squares off with Lesterville. You can hear every play of every game on Kickin' Country 105, and for the first time in BRL history, you can now watch live video of all the games in crystal clear resolution at KDKZ18.com. The St. Louis Blues will begin defense of their Central Division crown Saturday night at 7 o'clock at the Scott Trade Center. After a 113-day lockout and it ate up almost half the schedule, players and owners approved a new 10-year agreement late last week. Scott Trade is expected to be rocking, not just because of the return of hockey, but the Blues' opponent on Saturday will be their division rival, the Detroit Red Wings. Starting with 9 consecutive missed shots, Mizzou was outmatched from start to finish as Mississippi signaled its status as the threat in the Southeastern Conference with their 64-49 win. Ole Miss led from the start to the end as Mizzou failed to score for the first 6 minutes and 35 seconds of the game. The crowd sent the Tigers packing on out with chants of SEC and Big 12 reject. And that's a day in sports. Fred and Dustin, guys, it's back to you.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. Looks forecast for the rest of this evening. Clear skies and temperatures on the cold side. 23 at 7 p.m., 21 by 9. By midnight, we'll have a temperature of 19. That does it for 18 Eyewitness News tonight. 6 News Watch is next. Don't forget to check out our website, KDKZ18.com.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Coming up tonight on KDKZ Channel 18.